everyone, Jama Malmy here, and today I'm going to be scrapbooking these photos of my kids from several years ago. This was my daughter in kindergarten and my son in preschool. Now they are third grade and kindergarten. So I'm going to be using the Smarty Pants paper collection for most of this. And as you can see, it's very bright, fun colors. I love this collection, but my kids are wearing more fall-like colors, and there's even these fall trees behind my daughter. So I'm going to subdue the colors a bit and choose papers from this collection and others, as well as stickers that are not going to be overpowering and bright. So what I've done is I've pulled this graph paper, which I plan to use the crayons here because they're at the age where crayons are perfectly perfect for the page. I've already put it on this background paper. The wide rule paper, again, is perfect for their ages here. But this graph paper, as you can see, it's a little bit too bright white to mix with this, in my opinion. So I'm just using this zip strip, which is the branding strip for this. And by the way, our branding strips also mention all the colors that are in the pack, so you know you can match them perfectly. The other papers I've pulled out to support that are these ones. We've got this fun cork, which I thought worked nicely with the colors. We've got this dark gray charcoal kind of star pattern, the pink pattern, and then I pulled this from the pumpkin spice collection, and I thought that those colors would work nicely, especially with my daughter's dress. And even before I pulled that, I had pulled these cards from the Smarty Pants paper Picture My Life cards, because I thought maybe I could use this as my journaling. I wanted to pull in a little bit more orange, and I think I'm going to kind of tuck that behind so there's just a little bit popping through. I don't want a lot. And then this little picture perfect, because of course these are their school pictures, so I'm going to pull in a little bit more orange. So I think this is going to work, and let's go ahead and get started and see how this comes together.
This video is a collaboration with the creative design team, so you're going to want to check out what everybody has in store for our back to school collaboration. Yesterday was Miss Carrie, and I will have a link in the description below to her video as well as all of the upcoming videos this week. Okay, back to the layout. So I've got the two photos of my kids, and this third photo, I really just wanted the date. So you know when you order school pictures, you can get a whole bunch of different backgrounds, and I had ordered the package where you get a bunch of backgrounds, and I really didn't need them all. So I just used my bracket thin cut to cut out the date, and it ends up being perfect as a little added embellishment. So I'm using a sketch, and I'm going to put that on the screen here from Christy's Beautiful Life Sketches. I think it was a really fun sketch to showcase a bunch of patterns, but the sketch originally had just one photo, so you can see how I've adapted it just to add another photo, and it still works perfectly. I love using sketches as a jumping off point for my layouts and even cards, and it really helps to give you that extra boost that you might need to get started. So I decided that these photos needed a little matte, and I liked the way that the navy blue popped off of that white background. But the photos have a dark background, and so I wanted to add just a little bit of light matte to the back of them. I didn't want a lot of white because that was pretty stark, especially against that more off-white background there. So I did just a 1/16 of an inch matte in the white, just so it barely popped through but brightened up those photos. And then I did my regular 1/8 inch matte in the Sapphire or navy blue. Then I liked the look of the cork up against that navy blue, the light contrast against the dark. And then I'm going to try out some of the other patterns. I liked this gray up against the cork. I tried the orange and it was too much kind of yellowy on yellowy. So I added the gray in between, and then you'll see how I marked where to cut. I just kind of bent it with my nail. So then I added the orange on the end. So you can see that I cut out that picture perfect sign, which was from the Picture My Life card, and I added it down on the bottom. It's not going to stay there, but I just fussy cut that out. And then those orange pieces that I added to the outsides, the wings of the on the sides of the picture, those are the leftover pieces of the Picture My Life card. So I used that whole card. Now I'm pulling from the sticker sheet, and I'm just going to kind of put these stickers scattered around. I had to be careful what I chose because I didn't want a lot of really bright colors. I wanted to stick to more of a orange and blue and pink sort of color palette. I pulled out that stamp set thinking I might want to use it, and I end up using it in a little bit. But I first wanted to pull some more stickers, so I pulled out that crayon sticker, added just a tiny bit of red, and then these little scissors are super cute. There's also scissors in that stamp set, which I will use probably on a future layout since I've now used the scissors from the sticker sheet. And then there's a bunch of these cute little sayings on the bottom of the sticker sheet that I added to the layout right down there too in this little cluster. So you notice I have 3 clusters. I've got a visual triangle of clusters around the layout. There's the title on the bottom, and then we've got the cluster in the top right and then kind of the mid left. I wanted to add some sparkle and shine because what layout of mine is complete without it. So I pulled out this candy apple shimmer trim, and I'm going to add it in a few spots on the layout. So here I've already adhered my zip strips down to the bottom, and I wanted to have that glittery piece kind of stick out from behind it. So I used my spatula to make some space, make sure I had space for that. And then before I removed the adhesive from the back of the shimmer trim, I put it in place, and then I removed the adhesive because it would have been really hard to get that down underneath there if it was all sticky already. All right, so I've now adhered just about everything, and I wanted to add some splatter. So I added that. Actually, I guess I hadn't adhered everything, but I got it in place where I wanted it, and I decided where I wanted the splatter. Now I've got it adhered in place. So I'm going to just slide the other pieces of that shimmer trim in place, and I decided I really can just cut this in half and not make it stretch further because I'm not going to have a whole lot stick out. I just want to have a little bit showing. So that's a little tip to help your shimmer trim go further. You can cut it right in half and just have a little bit sticking out. So I think that that looks nice, and I put everything back in place. And then I thought, oh, these crafting shapes dies are going to be so perfect for this layout. And you guys, these are on clearance right now on the clearance section of my website. So go grab them because they are so, so cute for so many different things. There's lots of cute little pieces that layer up. And so you see a lot of them here. How cute is this glue bottle? I just love it. So you can use them in like crafting layouts or crafting cards, but it's also perfect for school layouts or school cards or teacher cards or anything like that. So I just love those dies. I'm going to put my little title in place, which is another sticker from that sticker sheet. There's lots of fun titles. Now this paint bottle, I actually am using so it looks like the paint is squeezing out. The paint, what I'm using as paint, is actually supposed to be thread for the needle and thread in the die cut in the dies. And I decided to use that piece as paint squirting out. I guess maybe it could be either, but that's what I'm using it for, and I thought that that looked cute there. This little piece of washi that I just put right here has 3 little hearts in the middle, and so of course those also die cut out, but I don't want to waste those, so I'm going to scatter those around the page as little embellishments in a visual triangle with those other little clusters. I'm picking up the little hearts with this little putty tool, It's a little, I think it's called a quick stick. It's from Silhouette. It's super handy. Close to My Heart is coming out with another pickup tool, which looks awesome as well. It's not in yet, but it will be, and I'm going to be trying that out too. I am using just a teeny tiny little dot of glue and then using my tweezers to help me get it in place. And by the way, I'm using the Barely Art glue. I'm really loving that lately. I added some more Sparkle and Shine with some sequins, and I pulled out the silver loose sequin pack, but I'm just picking out the iridescent sequins because that's all I wanted for this layout, and I'm picking them out in various sizes and sliding them in different spots, and then I'm adhering them with the micro glue dots. And by the way, I forgot to mention that the stickers, I adhered some with 3D foam and some just straight on to the layout. Now I'm going to trim off this extra little bit of the shimmer trim. I cut the shimmer trim just a little bit longer than 12 inches so I didn't have to worry about lining it up perfectly. It's easier for me to do that and just trim a little bit off. Now I thought it was a little bit blank in the top left, so I added a few little banner flags from scraps that I had left over, and I'm adding some pizzazz to that regular peach cardstock by stamping from that other stamp set I showed you earlier. It's just some letters from the alphabet. Added a cute little sticker to that, and then I'll adhere those down to the top of the page with some more sequins. So here is a look at the finished layout, and then I'm going to leave you with some still shots as well so you can see some of that detail that's hard to catch in the process. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I also wanted to let you know about an upcoming event that the creative design team is putting on. It's called 31 Days of Christmas Cards, where we will be sharing a new Christmas card every single day in October. We've got early bird pricing until the 20th. So be sure to check out the rest of the creative design team and what they have in store for you for our back to school collaboration. I've got everything linked below. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.